Hey, y'all.
Though you might be a liar and a cheat,
'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys all had a very good day today. There was a whole bunch of news to talk about today. Yesterday, before we ended the stream, or throughout most of the stream, we talked about how the Nasdaq was either going to break out or break down today. And guess what? It looked optimistic in the morning, but then we got shot down by a rocket ship here by high energy prices. And so we'll be taking a look at a bunch of stuff here today. But right now, guys, we got to hold this one last support level that we've been talking about for the past few days. If not, we're going to be going down to the, the 18,000s or so, then probably testing out the lows. So you might see shorts kind of, starting to peek themselves out here a little bit, okay? Now let me go back over here to this one. There we go. Okay, everybody. Let's start off with the Nasdaq, because I think that's actually probably a little bit more important than Bitcoin. You guys will see here. Let me make all that stuff out of here, and let me get out of this. There we go. We talked about this uptrend. We talked about, hey, we have an opportunity to break out. This uptrend took about, a couple weeks. We have an opportunity here. Well, we got fairly close for 2 days in a row, but each time we got rejected. And when we finally did break down, the gates let loose here, okay? So we officially have a minor breakdown. This by no means indicates a major crash coming, but it does show how weak this current market is, right? Everybody that's buying up for a rally, they're doing it knowing that it's going to be a little bit more risky right now than if you guys just go with the flow of shorts or puts, stuff like that. However, tomorrow we might be able to find some stability here in the market if we come back down to about, let's try to come around here. Yeah, somewhere around like $1,142 or so. That's going to be our next level of support, so maybe things will calm down there. But at that same thing, guys, you'll see Bitcoin probably come down to 19,000 if the Dow's going to have another bad day like this today. And, surprisingly, guys, Bitcoin held up okay today overall. It held up okay. I won't say by any stretch of the imagination it was good, but it did hold up okay. I would have expected more panicking. There was more panic in the altcoin markets, but not too much as far as Bitcoin was concerned. So I was happy to see about that as well. Now here, guys. There's a few things to talk about. We're going to go over energy prices, stuff like that. Since yesterday, see how low these longs and shorts are here? Or you guys might not be able to see it, but there you go. Only $8 million of shorts was liquidated. Only $25 million of longs were liquidated. There's not many people going heavy at this moment in time because I think what most people are expecting is this kind of boring consolidation to continue, probably for another few days or so. Maybe with a bigger move coming up as soon as we can justify some type of really bad event happening, whether that's Celsius declaring a potential bankruptcy or whatever it may be. That's going to be the big thing I think that sends us off here. So let's take a look over here. I was going over some old charts that I have that I haven't looked at in a while since we broke down. And it looks like one of those levels of resistance here on the daily chart for us was actually that Ganfan level there, the 3-to-1 purple on the top. And you can see how we were not able to get above that except for on maybe the 4-hour chart, but anything besides that, not even close. We did break down below it over here, which does show a lot of weakness here. Those other Ganfan levels, we talked about that as why we stopped plus Fibonacci levels, all the good stuff. But right now, I do think I'm going to be using this as a potential breakout level for now. If the daily candle can close above that, maybe you get more excited. I think with the fact that the Nasdaq did break down today, I do think that's more of a bearish indicator for Bitcoin going forward this week. I would say it's about more likely than not, probably around 60 to 70% chance, probably even higher actually, that we do come out to the $18,000 realm, and then we try to consolidate there to see if we can have a low reversal or if we're going to start crashing down hard. We just have to hope that the Nasdaq can really keep above that 20-week moving average or so. All right, other one right here. We don't really have to care about that one right now. We've already broken down below it. Here's the weekly chart for Bitcoin. We're still holding a couple of these GAN fans, but it looks like right now we're going to break down below the 3-to-1, then come into contact over here with the 4-to-1. Probably best to show you guys this on the hour chart. You can see we held here, broke down pretty handily during the, I don't know, Celsius sell-off, whatever you want to call it. Tried to hold over here, managed to hold a little bit, held here, tried to hold, well, it did hold here, but eventually broke down. This isn't going to be too strong for us right now. That's why there's not really too many good levels of support. So beware if we do break down below this level we've been talking about for the past few days, 19,770. If we do break down below that level, guys, we've had like, one support level, two supports. We're most likely going to be going down pretty hard, pretty fast, at least towards 18,000. And from now, I guess I would say what that means for Bitcoin here is, if we go back to 18,000, that's Bitcoin losing about 11% of its value. Alts will be losing more than just 10% of its value as well there. But I think at this moment in time, if you guys just look at the daily chart, all we're really trying to do here is still, at the end of the day, create some type of semblance of low, a higher low question mark. That's not a good question mark, but you guys get what I'm trying to say, right? So I think that's going to be the big thing that we're going to be focusing on. Again, I'm pretty sure if you guys have been watching other people on YouTube or TikTok or something like that, they probably mentioned that support level. That's going to be crucial because not only does it involve, this support level here, but it also involves GAN lines and Fibonacci level, stuff of that nature. We want to stay above this. We just got to hope that the Nasdaq can kind of help us out here. And one of the reasons that, so I was at my desk when the market started to fall today, and I was looking at some energy stocks to see if I wanted to get back in them. But what I noticed that earlier throughout the day, you saw a lot of natural energy, gasoline prices kind of bump up a little bit. I didn't actually find the root cause of it. I think there was something, I don't know what was going on with it. Maybe some dialogue out there from the Middle East to OPEC or maybe even Russia. But it does seem to be there's going to be some problems there. I know there's something about the G7 and what they might do to Russia. Okay, so where's my oil at? U.S. oil, there we go. There we go. We have a new day here that started a little bit ago, but you can see during the early morning of this day, we had a pump back above that 50-day moving average here. That was a little bit more of a surprise. Hopefully, we can kind of stick back down to this downtrend and eventually break out of this uptrend here. But the higher gas prices go, the economy has kind of not priced it in, but how should this? You guys know that when we talk about energy prices and how bad they are, how good they are, we're talking about it in a practical sense because if oil prices are higher, it's going to cost a lot more for all the goods to arrive in China to be developed, put together. It's going to take more money to get that from the warehouse to the port, take more money from the port to our port, than from our ports to our warehouses, and from those port warehouses to another warehouses, and then from there to the store warehouses, then to the grocery stores or to the Targets and Walmarts of the world, right? So we kind of think about that practically. I think the market is starting to think more practically like that as well. You guys remember, after COVID, the energy prices were soaring, and that was good for the economy. I think right now, they're starting to see the practical side, the effects of this, because even though technically, I would say middle class and up, their balance sheets or their revenue is okay. Less well-off Americans, definitely not in a good spot right now with the rising inflation. But they're starting to figure out here what we've been talking about and actually trading off of the information. If gas continues to go up, people are going to say, well, you know what? I don't need that new shirt from Target. I don't need the summer line from Target. I will just have to wait until I can actually afford it because I have to get to work in order to get my money to pay my rent, to buy food. You're going to meet your basic needs first, then you're going to be doing all the crazy stuff. Unless you're not, I don't know. I know people that aren't disciplined enough to do that. I used to be like that. I would like to buy whatever I can, whatever I want to, regardless of what my checking account says, right? But I think they're just seeing that right now, and the fact that it looks like on the weekly chart we're trying to bounce off of the 20-week moving average here. We didn't close below it last week, but we came down pretty hard. We've had a pretty sudden reversal, and I think over the next few days, going into July, we're going to have much more information talking about Biden going over to Saudi Arabia and Biden's partnership or talks at least with the U.S. oil companies. I was watching CNBC and Fox Business a lot today. Fox Business, they're normally pretty critical of Joe Biden, so I'll kind of leave them out of the equation for now. CNBC, surprisingly, CNBC is getting more tough on Biden as far as just not the talking heads, but the other people out there saying, hey, he needs to meet with the oil companies. He needs to have a discussion with them instead of going hat in hand to Saudi Arabia, which I think we all agree was a pretty practical decision. They might want to extort Biden for something, right? Because they're like, hey, you said mean stuff about us. Now you have to pay, whatever that is. Biden has to agree with whatever they propose. That's still going to be better than trying to go over to Saudi Arabia and convince them, because Biden's only going to go over there if he has a deal to like raise oil, or it's going to be some type of gimmicky thing, right? But if he doesn't walk away with a solid deal that raises oil levels out of Saudi Arabia, it'll just be bad from a political standpoint. So I don't think I think his team is going to do everything they can to reach some type of deal. Then hopefully he can swing back here, maybe have more leverage with the U.S. oil companies and say, hey, now or never. I don't know, guys, but this is going to be that big month, July here, where we get to know if energy is going to start soaring up towards like 150, 160 a barrel by the end of the year, or if the two deals can get done, some nice stuff going on there, that might help us out. And also, one of the other things here is China is doing a soft opening of their economy, so you will see them starting to consume more energy as well. So that was another bit of a little bit of a pump up. That's another thing that moved the price of oil up a little bit. Sorry, guys. Bad back today. I've been stretching, I've been cracking, I've been rolling, I've been doing everything I can. Okay, but I think that's some important stuff you guys should be paying attention to here. And let's go back over here, back to the Bitcoin one. And you can see right now, as far as this weekly chart is concerned, we have that level of support we've been talking about. I guess from last week, there's a low right there as well. But I think we don't want to break down below those levels, or we're most likely, again, going to be going down to the 18,000s. As bad as it sounds, I wish I was more optimistic about everything going on. It just doesn't feel that good right now with how easily the Nasdaq broke down just with the gas prices or the oil industry going up just a tad bit here, guys. All right, let me do one more thing here, and no, I did not. YouTube keeps on telling me to run ads. I'm like, I don't feel like I need to run an ad, but I think it does it with or without me doing it here. Let me see, where can I do this at? No. There you go. Okay. Make a move there, make a move there. Alrighty. Sorry about that, guys. One other thing here. Dollar index. It's starting to stagnate again. We thought we might have another week of going red. It looks like it found a little bit of a reversal, and it might start to go back up a little bit more, which may signal another move coming here pretty soon. So I won't say that a dump or any type of nasty moves by Bitcoin is inevitable here, but you can clearly see that things are setting up in a way where it's going to make the conditions easier for a crash rather than some type of boom in the markets right now. Up until today, we were looking optimistic. We had an opportunity from breaking out and breaking down. Normally, we don't come this close to the actual end of the pennant here, so to speak, right? But we did today, and we failed. So just keep that in mind. The market's not that strong, and the bear market rally, which everybody was really excited for, me included, it was the smallest and shortest and ugliest little bear market rally you ever did see. So just keep that in mind, everybody. And I don't know exactly what's driving up the actual dollar index here. I'll have to look into it later on. My mind was over on energy and healthcare today. But I want to see what happens over the next few days here. If we can get a little bit more of a bump, and if there's any big news coming out of the G7 conference. Because every time I search for it right now, G7 news. Let's see. Has the worst G7. Oh, that's New York Post. Okay. This is, I think, is actually something that you guys should pay attention to. If you guys don't know who Macron is, he's the president of France. I don't know. He likes to kiss a lot, apparently. He's a nice guy from all I know. I don't know him. But he was caught on a hot mic, basically. So saying stuff that normally you're not supposed to hear, but the fact that his microphone was on means the media heard it. People have mistakes like that every now and again. But basically, this is it, guys. Let me just zoom in here again. Oh, there we go. All right. French President Emmanuel Macron was caught revealing some bad news to President Joe Biden on the sidelines of the G7 summit on Monday. Macron told Biden the UAE ruler Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan informed him that OPEC's top oil exporters were already at their production maximum. So, remember we just talked about him having to create a deal? Now, he said... I thought he said more of a might here, so maybe I'm wrong about that. But basically, it's going to be that much harder for Biden to make a deal with the Saudi Arabians or the, MBS, whatever his name is, it's going to be much harder for him to make that deal when he goes over to Saudi Arabia next year or next month for this conference that's coming up. Keep an eye out for any news coming if you guys watch CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, third-party ones that are probably better on YouTube. Keep an eye on that, because if he doesn't end up going, that's going to mean that oil production is going to go higher, not lower. If he does go over there, at least he can try to get some type of deal, even if it's minimal, even if it's just 1 million barrels or 500,000 barrels extra. If he can get that done, it'll be much better off. But if Macron is right here, this is going to be very bad for the energy markets and therefore very bad for the stock and Bitcoin markets here, okay? Now, and he says, I had a call with MBZ, Macron told Biden, referring to Mohammed bin Zayed. I'm not going to say his whole name. Let's see. The comments were overheard by Routers, I think. He told me 2 things. I'm at a maximum production capacity. This is what he claims. And then he said the Saudis can increase by 150,000 barrels per day, maybe a little bit more, but they don't have a huge capacities before 6 months' time, the French president reportedly added. Okay? So that could be another reason here that we saw the energy markets spike up a little bit here. Keep that in mind, guys. Like, if that door is shut to him, Biden has no choice but go to the American companies and say, hey, pretty please, I know I said a lot of mean things about you. I know I called you evil. I know I called you, I want to put your industry out of business. I know I said that many times, but I need you now. And he's going to have to pay somehow, right? He's going to have to give them something, whether that's moving or removing red tape, subsidies, just flat out cash. I don't know, not cash, but you get what I'm saying. He's going to have to do that, and it's going to be a big tug of war. And hopefully, if there's enough eyeballs watching this fight, people will just say, Joe, do it. We want lower gas prices. I don't care about the environment as much as I care about putting food on the table right now. That type of hard discussions will be taking place. Okay, so I know all that was bad, but let's talk about some of the optimistic things here, because we haven't broken down just yet. So if we can somehow manage to keep this higher low setup going on, low, higher low, potentially higher low for today, then over the next 2 days, going into maybe Thursday, Friday, maybe even the weekend here, I would say closer to Thursday, Friday, we have an opportunity to break above the 20-day moving average here, which would probably cause altcoins to kind of blow up a little bit here, and then we would have to, of course, wait for some type of trap or something like that. But that's going to be the most optimistic thing you can be looking for here, is somehow we can manage to hold above the 19,770 level. From there, make a little bit more of a reversal, and then also break out above the GAN fans that stopped us last time. So that might look something like this here for you guys, because you can see how fast. Oh, this is too close together. Well, it doesn't go sideways, does it? That's fine. All right, let me just turn the screen very fast. Imagine that line being straight. If we can manage to break above this over the next 2-3 days, that's what we're going to be looking for. That would give us a boost just enough to try to break out above our next level of resistance. So if you guys did want to do any type of short-term trades after a potential breakout above the 20-day moving average, this is what you might be looking for. You might be looking to not buy now necessarily, but buy the breakout above. And then from there, you'd probably have a pretty tight stop loss. And you'd want to be able to sell a little bit at this Fibonacci level plus the Ganfeng level. So a little bit around 21,333. From there, ride it up to that next big level of resistance around 21,875. And then from there, whatever you haven't scaled out of, you're just going to be watching it while slowly raising all the stop losses on your altcoins, big dogs like, Bitcoin, stuff like that. You're going to be watching this very, very closely because, this bear market will tell you it's going to be very, very hard to go against the grain here of what the Federal Reserve is trying to do. And even though the Federal Reserve doesn't technically control the Bitcoin markets or print Bitcoin, anything like that, they still have an effect on how Bitcoin is going to be traded for the foreseeable future here. And they'll probably get more power over the years with regulation. Okay. Now, let me get this very fast. That's about as optimistic as it gets. And we have had no sales from whale number 3. Usually this guy likes to dump a few hundred Bitcoin to a few thousand Bitcoin before a big dump. We haven't had that yet. So maybe there's a little bit of optimism here. Normally he's pretty spot on before we have a big dump, okay? Now, anything else of note? There's still no updates on Celsius. Voyager seems to be getting a little bit better as far as their company is concerned. BlockFi is still doing better as far as their company is concerned. They're getting better here. They're getting a little bit more healthier. Still kind of what I would call sick, but by no means are they bedridden. The closest one to bedridden would probably be BlockFi until they actually get a majority stakeholder to buy up like 51% of the shares by FTX, something like that. Okay. And then tomorrow we'll be watching for the Nasdaq here to see if we can break back down. If we can, awesome. If we can't, you know, you'll see Bitcoin again, guys, going down towards about $18,000 level, which is about $2,000 less than where we are now, unfortunately. Okay, let me get rid of this stuff. One other thing here, guys, that I think is going to be fun. Well, this isn't going to be fun, but here, futures are kind of unch at the moment. Not really much happening. That's nice to see. I guess there was some big headlines coming out of that January 6th committee today. I didn't have time to watch it, but heard it was quite a show. And I know a lot of you guys watch Jordan's channel, and he doesn't particularly like GANFAN circles. However, I do think this one's an important one to look at right here, because this is one of those ones that's been pretty steady Eddie. It's usually pretty darn accurate over time, right? If you kind of used it so far over here. Let me pop this over here on the weekly. We managed to close about on the weekly here. I think if we do start closing down below, like let's say $19,000 by this Sunday, I think that will signal probably another big drop coming down to about at least $15,000, $17,000 over the next few weeks here, especially if the market can't kind of pick itself back up, so to speak. There's more and more now. If the economy gets much, much worse, there's a chance we come all the way back down here, and you see these technicals. If we were to come over here, or maybe you guys can't see that small number here. Actually, why can't you guys see that number? That is a very small one. Let's go scale. Let's go to 24. There we go. That's kind of around the $8,000 level, guys. And I know my low right now is kind of around $10,000, but you guys just know how extra conservative I am. So if you wanted to add on an extra couple $1,000s, there's a chance for Bitcoin to go down to $8,000 before all said and done. Now, again, how likely is that? Probably not the highest of chances, but I would still put it in that realm of possibility for you guys if you guys wanted to place some type of YOLO limit order down there. Because ultimately what we're waiting for here is we're waiting for, let me go over here and add some MAs to this particular chart so we can kind of have everything together. Let's just add the regular MAs. We don't actually need the triples or the DEMAs and stuff like that. And let's go here, 20 chart, probably just make it thick. We don't have to worry about the color. It'd be better to worry about the color of the lines. Let's just go the darker version of the color. So 20 is going to be darker green. 50 is going to be a darker blue. Awesome. And there are so many bombs going off today, guys. You guys don't know how freaking crazy it is over here. I live by a huge estate pretty much over here, and they have a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and they go shooting all the time, but I swear they have like military grade equipment back there that drives me nuts. All right, 200 there, and probably one other thing I'd probably add on here just so you guys can see it on this chart is I want to add I guess dark yellow. Is that even a thing? It doesn't even look like it. Okay, I guess we have to go to orange here. And that one other thing that we've been talking about for a while is the 100 weekly moving average. That one's just a normal MA though. Sorry about all the lines here, but I think it's important that you guys have some idea of how all these lines matter in some small way. I guess let's go hot pink. Normally we do orange, but we're doing that for the 200 exponential. Okay. So we have a few things happening right now. For this moment in time, let's just get rid of the basic SMAs here. And then 100 here. And let me make sure that adds up historically. No, we can actually take this one off for now. Okay. So going back in time to more and more Bitcoin, whatever. Normally when we break back out above that 200 exponential moving average, is that it? Yeah, the 200 exponential moving average, that normally symbolizes a good time to buy. If you guys are too afraid or too hesitant, which is okay, of buying towards these kind of more crash moments in time. So you might not be getting the best price, but historically speaking, ever since 2018, the moment we break above this, you're not going to be looking at too many losses after you buy. So, what I made a video a few weeks ago talking about if you guys want to play the safest way to buy altcoins, when is the safest time to buy them? Normally, it's going to be after we have the major breakdown and after we start consolidating for a few months and everything is very, very boring. The analogy I used was a phoenix dying, and now it's being reborn, kind of in the ashes, and then all of a sudden you see the phoenix flap its wings and fly off as soon as we get above that 200 exponential moving average. Same thing happened in COVID. The first week above it, boom. We came down a little bit right here, but ultimately, if you're buying, especially the day and not the week, you're going to be looking at more green than red, so you're not going to have to worry as much. And that's kind of going historically. It might not work this time. There's been a lot of new things happening this year, but I think that's going to be something that's very, very important for us to keep in perspective. And then right now, I would say this week and next week, you're going to see it start to tilt down even more. And, if we're going off of this and seeing, depending on how low we go, of course, let's just kind of draw this out here if I can be elegant enough to do so. Something like that. We might not get above that line if we have another breakdown to like the $10,000, $15,000 level. We might not get above that line until like early 2023, kind of at the when we might be in a freaking recession. So we got to keep a close eye on this particular little indicator here. You don't have to think about it too much now because, of course, this is a weekly one. It's gonna be a lot of weeks, guys. A lot of weeks. Okay, but one other thing here, we are going to be looking for another death cross happening sometime in July. That's going to be the 20-week moving average crossing down below the 200. We already had the death cross over here. We've talked about that numerous times. That's going to be another bad sign for crypto because it's never happened before, right? Never has the 200 EMA crossed down below the 200. Never has the 20 EMA crossed down below the 200 EMA. And going back over here again, let's just open up the SMAs. Never has the 20-week moving average, the simple moving average, crossed down below the 200 simple moving average as well, right? Came close, didn't even come close at all because it was so fast with COVID. Came really close in 2018, and we don't have any more, going back to the beginning of Bitcoin, we didn't have that many weeks, right? So that's going to be a big bear market indicator. But once we have a golden cross, I think that's going to be the biggest boom that we're going to have all of the next couple of years when we see that 20 cross back above the 200. And or if things get so bad and we're in such a long crypto winter, I don't think we're going to be in such a long one because of institutional money. For heaven's sakes, Goldman Sachs wants to buy $2 billion in crypto assets. Since when, right? That small chance that the 50-week moving average, that blue line on you guys' screen, let me zoom in a little bit. Eventually, if it does cross down below the 200, I think that'd be the worst case scenario for Bitcoin. But I think it would happen probably after Bitcoin's found some type of bottom and it's in that consolidation period, kind of similar to what we see over here after like our big crash over here. You see that after the crash happened, the moving average is still coming down for some time until the rally happens, and then they slowly start to arc back up. So I think if we do have an effect like that, we might have the inertia to keep us breaking down below the 200, but eventually the market would be stable by the time that actually happened, okay? Okay, enough with all the forecasting here. Let me go back to the main video. Actually, let's go with the twos here. There you go. But as far as today, guys, we might have an opportunity to have somewhat of a green day here. That's not going to be in question. I think you're going to see more volatility, frankly, when the market opens up, especially when futures are more active in the morning time and as we hear more news. If it's true that Saudi Arabia cannot like physically pump more than just a couple 100,000 more barrels, if it's confirmed, that is really going to put the pressure on Biden to make a deal with the American oil companies, and it's going to drive the price of oil up. Again, if we can't raise the supply overseas because Russia's locked out of the market, Saudi Arabia has troubles right now apparently, but China is also opening up softly after their COVID lockdowns. Remember how after our COVID lockdowns, everybody started driving again, going out, having fun? They're going to do the same thing. They're going to need oil to do that. And that will affect us over here as well because the global markets, the oil markets are global, of course. Okay. Let me go over here to the 15. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Most coins right now, frankly, they're not looking all too special, all too great. Bitcoin got rejected. Dogecoin got rejected here. Ethereum broke down. We talked about that yesterday. There was the breakdown, came down pretty heavily, even though it was a little bit more of a tricky breakdown if you ask me, because we broke down and then we ended up coming back up a little bit more. Oh no, this wasn't it. There was another breakdown that was more concerning. I forget what it was. It was more of a trap than just that little thing. But yeah, Ethereum is getting knocked down right now. Probably best to go back to the daily chart. Yeah, there we go. ADA got rejected off the 20-day. Still not looking any better. Ethereum Classic popped above for just a day. Got rejected hard. You're seeing a bunch of stuff fall down pretty heavily because of what Bitcoin's doing. And I think you're seeing the fear grow even more and more. Because you saw things like XRP rally up about 35. And since that rally, it's come down about 12%. So not crazy down, but not, it's come down pretty hard. Majority of the stuff has here. I think even Shiba's coming down pretty hard. Oh, yeah, yesterday, yeah, look at that. Broke back down below the 50. But okay, if you guys have any questions about any particular stocks, crypto, let me know. I'd be happy to help you guys out today. It's a good little 30-minute monologue. I think if I do say so myself, I'm standing up, guys. More energy. More energy. I think that's how it works. If you stand up, you good. If you sit down, I get real. Because I've been sitting down all day looking at charts. That's when I found all those little jewels I forgot about. All right, let me go back over here. Oh, and if you guys wanted to day trade something fun, the only thing I really saw popping off over the last few hours was Luna. It's probably going to be more fun to short that sucker than go long at this point, though. Anything interesting on the short time frames? I just want to see here. Consolidation, but nothing crazy here. Okay, I mean, we can live with that for a second. Okie dokie. Hey, everybody again. And hey, Perez, thank you very much. I sold a lot of BitTorrent a while ago for profit, but nibbling a bit. Do you think over 100 million is good enough for 5-year hold? Yes, I do. What they did, since they did the little, whatever you call it, they made more coins, so to speak. As far as BitTorrent, the charts aren't looking as nice as they once did. I'm not talking about like from a bullish to bearish perspective. It's because they since when they did the reset of everything, all the old charts were deleted. So now it only goes back over here to January 25th. That's what I mean by it. We did have a nice little rally here. This was one of my more happier rallies. You can see from the bottom down here, it ran up all the way 51%. That was a great boom there. I think people are buying this for a while here because they have a lot of storage and all that good stuff. They have a practical use. That's one of the reasons I like BitTorrent. They have a practical use here. However, for BitTorrent right now, would it be best to go with the daily here? Or let me see if I can show you this. Which one are we looking at here? Do we break down below this and close? Let's not use it then. There you go. I would say this trend line is going to be kind of important over the next few days. I would probably say the 20-day moving average is probably going to be more important as well as Bitcoin's price. But I do think eventually if Bitcoin does come back down to test those $18,000 levels, you're going to see BitTorrent fall a little bit harder than other coins because it did have such a nice run up. That's unfortunate. But yeah, right now I would say looks a little bit more bearish going forward if Bitcoin does make that move down. Otherwise, if Bitcoin can find some way to move above that 20-week moving average or 20-day moving average, that'd be a huge bullish sign. You see this thing pop up quite a bit. I still hold a lot of this stuff right now, and I was happy to see this little bit of a pop over the last few, last couple of weeks or so. But 100 million is plenty. You don't need to do more than that. Remember, guys, diversify. Find something that you like, toss some money into it. If it keeps going down, just hold it. With no matter what you invest in as far as like these coins, you want to be able to just let it go down and down and down, unless for whatever reason there's some type of really big debacle, like a Sol having issues with crashes, or Luna like just freaking out, or Celsius in a full-on panic. That's when you might just be like, whoa, this risk is too crazy. I don't want to deal with it. Okay, back over to the Bitcoin here. On the 15, it looks like we want to make a move up here pretty soon, but that's going to be a hard one to ask for. We broke above the 20 over here and just got launched down. Okay. There we go. And hey, Mike, is a stop limit the same as a stop loss? No. So stop losses are going to be more of... How do I want to say this to you? So stop loss means if the price goes down to a certain degree, like let's say you have a stop loss here. Oh, magnet. If Bitcoin's price goes over here, it automatically sells right there, okay? When it comes to stop orders, Well, actually, let me see. How did you phrase that? Because there's a few different stop orders you can do. Oh, I'm running out. Let's see. Stop limit the same as stop loss. Okay, so a stop limit, there's two ways to have a stop limit, like stop limit sells and stop limit buys. That means if the price comes down to that level, you can set a limit order to buy. That makes sense? So it's not just as far as like selling your assets. You can have stop limit buys, and that means, let's say you want to buy Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is too expensive. You can have a stop limit order right here, or just a limit order. They're a little bit different here. But basically, if the price comes down here, it'll trigger and it'll bounce. But one of the factors here is there's like an extra point to the equation. So you can say, hey, if the price, let me do this in an easy way. It's kind of looking more futuristic, so this is going to be a little bit more of a nitty-gritty thing. You can say, hey, it has to hit here, then when it comes here, the limit order triggers. So in order for the trade to go off, it would go here, here, and then it would buy. But it won't buy unless this first thing happens, right? So, sorry that was a little bit boring. I'm not going to be the best person to explain that as much as I want to with this type of diagram. But there's an extra step when it comes to stop limits instead of just this normal stop losses, okay? And stop limits usually for, there's stop limit sells and stop limit buy. So Investopedia will have a little video explaining it much better than I can, but there's an extra step there. And Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a minute boost. That's all I can expect right now. And hey, Jay, what do you read, if anything, in the Voyager statement? We all know they're not easy times. We want you to know that we are here working hard and we'll provide you updates as soon as we can. Thanks for the support. Yeah, so this is what I've been telling you guys about for the last few days as far as I know Bitcoin is okay financially, right? They have money. They have all these loans. They have all this credit backed up. They're kind of okay for it now. But my worry for them is not that they're going to run out of money right now. I don't think it's going to happen, at least. My worry is if Bitcoin decides to crash sometime over the next few weeks, there may be a run on the bank as more and more negative press comes out and more people like understand that, hey, they have a big gaping hole in their finances, or they did, and they kind of still do, because of what happened with the Three Arrows Capital defaulting on the loans because they literally ran out of all their money because they over-leveraged and underperformed in their trades. So I think they're afraid that something like that might happen. Now, they've gotten like $500 million of help, so they are good. FTX is also kind of backing them right now, which is another good sign there. Here's the thing. If you guys want to be extra cautious with that, which I am, I tend to, well, I've already told you guys I've already started. I've been starting to pull my assets out of Voyager just to protect myself. Now, where am I putting that money? A little bit in Coinbase, although Bitcoin levels on Coinbase have been going down. FTX is a pretty strong place. You're not going to get the same APYs and stuff like that, but Voyager themselves is going to be lowering them pretty soon, so they can feel, so that their investors can feel more confident about giving them more money to loan out. If I'm going to be giving, from an investor standpoint, if I'm giving money to Voyager, do I want them just to be giving it away in APY? No, I want them to just have it in case there's an emergency and they need to give those funds out to their customers so they can withdraw their accounts in good standing, right? Nobody wants to be the next Celsius. It's a very, very embarrassing thing to have happen to you. And speaking of Celsius, they still haven't given an update since the 19th. Well, we are zoomed in here. There we go. So, yeah, June 16th. No updates whatsoever right now. I've been looking for a couple. I haven't seen any. I've been hearing some more stories, but the only thing I've been really looking for, the 19th, sorry, not the 16th. The only thing I've been hearing is those lawyers they hired are just meant specifically for bankruptcy, and they want Alex, the CEO, to file bankruptcy, and there's like a little internal war, bankruptcy, or let people pull out the money, investments very, very slowly, and maybe they can survive. But I mean, if I was making the choice, I would declare bankruptcy. That's just me. But it seems like a couple of people there have a heart, and they don't want all their customers to lose all of their money, because that's going to be very disastrous. You guys have read the tweets and stuff. People have put their life savings into this exchange, and just like that, poof, no FDIC insurance, poof, no SPIC insurance, poof. That's where the problems are really going to lie for them, for people that have the money in Celsius. But as far as Voyager, I'm being proactive and just taking an extra step to be a little bit safer with my capital right now. But I don't see them in any immediate danger. My concern is what happens if the market goes to 17,000. What happens if the market goes to 10,000? What happens if the market goes down to the ultra support of like $8,000? what would happen there, right? And I don't know if they'd be able to survive, right? And because I don't really know, I'm just being extra careful with it, right? I think Coinbase would be fine. They have a lot of cash flow. They got a lot of money on hand. I know FTX would be fine. I know BlockFi actually might not, well be in the same boat as Voyager here unless they get bought out. But there's gonna be a lot of exchanges having some trouble there, which is gonna be very, very interesting. As well as the big boogeyman in the closet is what would happen if Tether depegged again. Remember, it depegged once, and we kind of all forgot about it because we're kind of in a. This is a fast-moving market. There's always something going on. But USTD to Tether daily chart. Remember this a few weeks ago? It depegged all the way from $1 down to 94 cents. That's a pretty big move down, right? So now they were able to stabilize fast. Even with all the downward pressure, they were able to pick everything back up really, really nicely. And then all these little spikes you see right here, the price never even dropped below 0.9927. So never even went close to 99 cents again. Never got like that close to it, okay? However, this is still something you guys should be aware of. And, I help out other exchanges. I give, I let you guys know about BitGet and KuCoin and stuff like that. Every once in a while, I do consulting for them and just kind of say, hey, here are some things that I would believe that you guys are going to be more concerned about. Like the audience, a lot of you guys ask me questions like, hey, I don't know how this works. This kind of thing kind of sucks. I kind of relay the information there to kind of give them the opportunity to make a better product. Whether they say, yeah, right, we're not going to fix it, or hey, let's fix it, right? That's up to them basically. But you guys know that I told you guys that I told BitGet that, hey, what happens if Tether depegs? Like, do you guys have a plan for this, right? And I asked them a few weeks ago, and they reached out to me and said, hey, we're getting some more coins here, some other stable coins. So they're going to be building that out for themselves, which is really nice, because that means, hey, they're being very, very proactive with all this stuff, right? So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, but don't forget about that little bit of a boogeyman right in the backyard, just kind of staring at you, because I think that's the hidden concern here over the next few weeks, besides the fact that Bitcoin may go back down to 14,000, 10,000, 8,000, whatever it may be by the time July, August is over. Keep that in mind, guys. And that's going to be a problem for all these exchanges that don't have other forms of stablecoins. Most do, and if you guys, and just understand, now I'm not going to do this as a blanket statement, so always go back and check my work as I say this. But if you guys have this, I'll use Voyager as an example here. If your exchange brags that they have FDIC insurance, okay, understand that I have to say with like 99.99% accuracy that they are only insuring your cash assets. Okay? If your Bitcoin goes to zero, or if they lock your account, so to speak, like a Celsius did, all of that crypto that gets taken away in the bankruptcy, any potential bankruptcy, no matter what exchange it may be, you're not getting that money back unless you somehow win a lawsuit, okay? The only way you're getting some of that money back is if you had cash, and then the FDIC is going to insure you back all of that money up to $250,000, unless they have some type of really fancy SPIC insurance, which will cover you up to $500,000. But I doubt that any of these major exchanges are paying that much money for their consumers to make sure they are covered in that way from with insurance, because the majority of these exchanges want you to trade. They don't want you to keep assets in cash. They want you to be moving money all around everywhere, so that way they can make more money off of fees, transfer fees, whatever it may be. They want to make money off of you, so they want to encourage you guys to have more activity. If you guys are signed up for BitGet, KuCoin, Binance, Fimex, any of the really big exchanges, FTMX, you guys will have noticed recently they have been giving out a whole bunch of promo offers. Hey, if you trade $100,000 worth of volume here with leverage, if you're a leverage trader, or you do 10 spot trades, we're going to give you a rebate of $5. Hey, if you do this leverage trading up to $100,000 in volume, hey, you get a share of $10,000, and that's what BitGet's doing now, right? So if you guys wanted to do some day trading with BitGet, risky, but if you guys wanted to do it and you guys hold some BGB, that's their coin, you can win a little bit out of $10,000. So a lot of stuff going on right now, guys. Exchanges are kind of Not, I would say most exchanges are pretty strong off right now, but you're starting to see the weak ones get cold out a little bit. Luckily for Voyager and BlockFi, they have the backing of FTX, which has, I mean, billions of dollars in cash, and I mean billions, like $6-7 billion just in cash, not their assets, not on any loans they could take off of their like on their assets, right? Just in cash, they are popping with money. So the fact that both of those have both Voyager and BlockFi have the backing of FTX is a massive, massive boost to the point where you could say that without FTX, who knows if Voyager and BlockFi would be here at this moment in time without those loans that they received, okay? That's how important it is, and that's why I'm kind of more cautious going forward about Voyager and BlockFi until I can really see this market bottom off. I see it stabilize for those few months, which we were talking about altcoins, and then from there, make that move up a little bit higher. Okay. Right there. Back to the minute. Yeah, there's some volatility going on here with Bitcoin, though. Okay, make sure. And hey, Doge Master, thoughts on AMC? I would only day trade AMC. I'd be very, very careful with it. Same with GameStop. They're always too risky for me to do multi-day trades on them, but I would love to day trade those suckers. They always seem to be kind of doing a little bit of fun. I would just be trading the simple breakouts you can find on either the 1 hour or the 4 hour charts. Those usually are pretty accurate as far as buy, sell. Just don't be too greedy off of them. Um, let's see. And hey, Haram, when would I be shorting Luna? Um, Probably when Bitcoin starts to dump a little bit more, or you see like a good 15-minute candle breakdown. That's usually a good sign as far as Luna is concerned. So this is Luna C. Let me see what both of them look like right now. 15, still popping off here. This would have been a good opportunity to short. Didn't really do much afterwards. It cooled off. Now you got to wait for it to bounce up a little bit more. It looks like Luna is ready to go up a little bit more here as well. Regular Luna, oh, not nearly as nice as Luna C here though. Maybe if it gets back up here towards $2.64 or so. But I mean, we've been grinding up here on the 15, not losing power as we go up. Hour chart moving up here a little bit more. Hmm. I'd wait for a better setup here, or just to see if it were to break down below this trend line right here. If I can draw it right there. I just wait for it to break down below this if I'm being safe. Otherwise, I might just try to short it somewhere up here above $2.70. Maybe a good short opportunity. I don't know how much higher this thing's going to go, but I doubt it's going to go crazy. Luna C has a much better setup here. It's kind of grinding it back up. And maybe over the next hour, it may have a cool-off period. But right now, it seems to be doing okay. You'd want to see Luna C close above this little bit of a this wick right here if you wanted to see it keep on going, though. Otherwise, you'll probably see a little bit of a reversal coming down for a cool-off period. All right. Let's see. And hey, Tony, Nvidia, I can do one of them for you here. So Nvidia got hit pretty hard today off all the news, and we have been talking in the membership group about it. If it breaks out, it'll be a good buying opportunity, right? Well, it didn't break out, and it was not a good buying opportunity. Look at that. We tried twice in 2 days to break out above it. Failed each time, unfortunately. As far as Nvidia, we're coming to test out the Fibonacci levels again, just like we did last week. You might be looking for some more optimism here for a bounce or something like that. If the market can do that, that'd be really nice to see. But as far as Nvidia, I'd be very, very, very careful if about buying this until it breaks out. In fact, just like the Nasdaq, it had a breakdown today. There you go. And it definitely came down after that breakout, as you guys can see right here. So I'd be more careful with it now. It had an opportunity. You can clearly see that resistance level is holding up pretty well. The moment we break above that, sure, go ahead and buy it. Right now, be very, very cautious. It seems like we were so close, but it didn't even matter. The market just hit us out bad. And you can see here, we tried. That's a massive candle. This is 15-minute candle. That's a big 15-minute candle. It really did try to charge right through it. Denied. All right, there we go. Put that back up here a little bit. Hopefully Bitcoin can continue grinding up here slowly, I guess you would say. Very, very slowly. And hey, Alex, buying low, selling high till I die. Well, guys, if you guys want to make the most money on this market, it is going to be up to you guys to buy as much as you want to at these levels, as we continue moving down, most likely over the next few weeks here, right? I know a lot of people are calling this the bottom. I think we can come down a little bit more, but I may be wrong, as always. But you want to have to buy, and you want to just make sure you don't need the money anytime soon. Let it sit, and then eventually, when the market turns around, you're going to be much better off, but nobody knows exactly how long you're going to have to wait. Hopefully, it's just until like early 2023 when we start to see more active movement, and maybe in mid 2023 we start to see some really big rallies up here, especially if institutional investors are in at this time. If Goldman Sachs, let's say for instance that Celsius goes bankrupt, if they sell all of those assets at a loss to Goldman Sachs for about $2 billion, I think it was, the fact that a major institutional player is going to have all that crypto, they are going to be incentivized to keep it going up and up and up and up. And then, we'll figure out if they're going to sell the assets or they're going to package them in a product or something like that, right? I mean, they could just buy it just to say, hey, if you open up some type of an account with us, we'll give you the crypto account or something like that, the crypto package, which means you have access to, 5 Bitcoins, whatever it may be. They're going to make a product and sell it and make money off it because that's their only job. Banks' only job is to make money off of either loaning people money, holding people's money, giving people money in some circumstances. They're there to make money, and they will make money off of crypto. And hey, DOGE, yes, I got the email today. I haven't looked at it yet. Let me go over here to CoinMarketCap first. So I did see that link was added onto Robinhood. So I think it's good for Link down the road. I really do think it's good. This is not something, I have some of this, right? But by no means am I adding a whole bunch more to Chainlink because it's ranked number 23. The market cap is $3 billion. The price is $6. It meets like none of the requirements for me to get really excited about buying it for a big boom in the Dogecoin, the Robinhood markets, right? So overall, it's going to be good news for them down the road. I'm happy I own some Chainlink. I'll probably buy more Chainlink, but not because of this technically. But, it's still number 23 on CoinMarketCap. I'm going to be really, really excited about buying a coin if it has under $500 million market cap and it's less than a penny. Whatever that coin is, guys, that's the coin I'm going to be streaming 24 hours about in a couple of years' time when we have altcoin season, or next year if we have altcoin season, right? That's going to be the coin I'm going to tell you guys about every single day. And I won't be the Matt Wallace of that coin, but I'll have another channel like, hey, watch this coin. So when it all comes back, I'm like, hey, I told you. That type of stuff, right? And maybe if Webull can get a separate coin as well, that'd be kind of cool. But if they can just get that coin in there, good. But as far as Link is concerned, I was happy to see that on there because I already have a stake in it. I already have an investment in it. I think it'll do this that much better next time around as people try to pump it up more and more and more. Kind of similar to what we saw from Compound, that even though a coin can be like $20, $50, whatever, people are still going to buy it wanting money off of it, right? So that's good. My only problem is, again, market cap. I'd be more bullish on Compound next big rally, right, than I would be on Chainlink right now because of the market cap. And hey, Matt, so I missed your question right there. Is FTX buying Robinhood, is that good or bad? I would say that's very, very good for Robinhood. Maybe not as good for BlockFi, because I think right now FTX is thinking about buying Robinhood and or BlockFi and or, Voyager. I would say overall that's good. That'll make Robinhood a much better app. You guys, again, I will rant about that guy every single day. Vlad needs to get fired. He needs to. They need to hire somebody that can execute Robinhood's missions or their goals a little bit more effectively. They haven't done a really good job of that, and Vlad is not the person I think is qualified enough to lead the charge with Robinhood going into this new digital crypto age. So far, when I look at Robinhood, it looks okay, but I don't think of Robinhood as anything transformative anymore. It's kind of something of the past. It still works. It's still good if you guys are new to trading. It's still fine. But it doesn't have any of those cutting-edge features that a lot of other apps have now. And I feel like they're trying to do, this is a gaming term, I guess, but microtransactions. I feel like whenever I want to get access to free, data that's free anywhere else, they're charging me for it, which I just find is crazy. But I'm hoping they can get some better charting software in there, and that might be good for Robinhood as well. Robinhood's charting software is, I wouldn't even call it charting software. It's just kind of a chart that you can look at, right? But ultimately, I think it's going to be good for Robinhood and good for the market. I just want to make sure that as more regulation comes in, I really do wonder about how much the regulatory bodies, the SEC, Justice Department, are they going to try to sue to break FTX up so they can't own Robinhood, they can't own BlockFi, they can't own Voyager. That's going to be the thing for the future. But who knows how anti-crypto we are next year after the elections are over and everybody kind of has a time to settle down from this heated political times. And hey, Tony, if Bitcoin goes to 8K fire sale on alts, they'd be so low that you'd be mad at yourself for buying anything at these levels, right? But that's if it goes down that low, right? So we never know. That's why we have to kind of hedge our bets by buying up a little bit every day, or a little bit every week, a little bit every month, or just not at all until you really think there's a bottom or we find some type of bullish action, right? But yeah, that would be the ultimate sale, and I'd be buying coins like crazy, especially the coins that were on Robinhood if the market caps got down that low. So like an Ethereum Classic, a Compound would be really low as well. I might even buy some Chain at that point if it was that low. Let's see. And hey, Dollar Doge Boogeyman, guys, that Tether is the boogeyman in the crypto market right now, as well as Celsius. But I think right now Celsius is kind of out of the shadows. We know they're most likely going to file for bankruptcy unless their recovery plan actually works out, right? So they may actually say, "Hey, we have a plan." A week later, that plan failed, right? But the boogeyman is Tether. It's Tether, because all of us, at least as far as I know, have some type of Tether right now in our account. So whether it's, we just have some. Most people do. I have some. I have thousands of dollars in Tether. If Tether depegged down below like 98 cents, I would have an alert set to my phone, and I would automatically transfer all of my Tether into USD or into Bitcoin. Probably into USD if I had the option available to me, because Bitcoin will also be crashing off of that news, obviously. There you go. And hey, Matt, I think Callie is going to send inflation relief checks. Okay, I saw this like a half an hour before I streamed today, and I didn't really care about it enough to do the research before the stream. But because I'm in Washington State, relief checks. I didn't even spell relief right. CBS News. So I'll fix it next time. There you go. 23 million Californians to get up to $1,050 in inflation relief checks. Okay, so let's check this out. About 23 million California residents will soon receive inflation relief checks up to $1,050 under a budget deal reached by the Governor Gavin Newsom and state lawmakers on Sunday. Okay, this is going to help everyday people out. It will also raise the price of goods because the demand is going to go up in a time where you want demand to be going down and the supply is being unchanged, right? Supply will go down because there's more people using gas. So that's going to be a bad effect on inflation in the state of California already. But, some people they just need the money. So I can kind of understand the viewpoint. It is going to cause pain for other people, though. The checks are part of a $17 billion relief package that will also suspend the state's sales tax on diesel fuel and provide additional aid to help people with rent and utility bills. Newsom and the Senate President pro tempore Tony G. Atkins and Assembly Speaker Anthony Rendon said in a statement. Why only sales tax on diesel, though? Why not? I mean, I know some of you guys may use diesel, but I would assume it would be going towards regular, right? Because that's where I use regular. Everybody I know uses regular, besides the people I know that have some nice trucks. But, yeah. So I will have to see. Maybe it just takes too much of a dent to take out of the regular gas. They just have to do off of diesel, help out the trucking industry. But, and the agreement comes as California drivers face the highest gasoline prices in the U.S., with the average price for a gallon of gas in the state at $6.32 on Monday, or about 29% higher than the national average. Okay. Oh, and I guess earlier he proposed $400 checks for per vehicle to state residents with a cap of 2 vehicles, but other lawmakers had pushed for a plan that would provide bigger checks to people who earn less. So it looks like this is more of a targeted effect here. Hopefully, when they get that money, they will be spending it specifically on gas and food and hopefully nothing else. Because if they start spending on other stuff that is not essential to them, their daily needs, you will see inflation go up. And yeah, so it's going to be kind of crazy here. But I guess that's probably as targeted as they could have done it, because I guess they didn't want to give handouts to the rich or the more higher middle classes, right? They wanted it to be targeted to the people that really can't pay their bills, and it'll have yo-yo effects, good and bad, depending on how how the people receive the money, basically. But it's a mixed bag. It's going to help out poor people, but everybody else is going to suffer a little bit more because of it. So it's kind of like the Ukraine thing. The whole world is kind of suffering for this higher inflation, gas prices, energy prices in general, because governments are really putting the pain on Russia. Russia is feeling the pain a little bit, but just not as much as I think we expected them to, right? And so, give and take here, give and take. Let's see. And hey, Flat Smack, BlockFi cashes me out, and in one day, Voyager takes two, but still pretty quick. Oh, yeah. They're going to do everything they can to make sure you have a great experience in the app right now. If there is even like 1 or 5 people saying, hey, why isn't my Voyager money, why isn't Voyager allowing me to, withdraw my funds? There could be a huge panic in the market. Be like, oh my gosh, I have to get out of Voyager. Oh my gosh, I have to get out of BlockFi. It doesn't have to be a real person. It can just be a whole bunch of bots saying that to cause confusion. And I wouldn't put it above some foreign actor, even an American actor, to be like, oh my gosh, let's do this. Bot attack. I can't pull my money out of BlockFi. I can't pull my money out of BlockFi. What's going on? And then you would start to see people, oh my gosh, I got to move my money. I got to transfer it. And then all of a sudden, BlockFi, sorry guys, we have halted all transactions just because of a bot attack, right? So be careful with it. But for now, I'm cautious, but I'm optimistic at the end of the day they're going to both survive. But I just don't want to take on that risk. I just don't want to take on that risk right now in this market that we don't know exactly where the bottom can be. Historically, we come down to the 200 weekly moving average, drop below that like a rock. We felt that we bounced off of that 17,000 support we were talking about a few weeks ago, off of that, that little block of support. But now, we're teetering back down a little bit here. But if we do go back down to 15,000 or 10,000, 8,000, who knows what those exchanges look like at that given time? Hopefully, FTX is there to bail them out, of course. But I told you guys a while ago that FTX has about like $6 to $7 billion in cash. Well, if what happens if they buy BlockFi? What happens if they buy Robinhood? All that cash will kind of go poof, and they won't be able to back up some of these other companies that they're currently backing up, right? So I think that's kind of the discussion going on inside the FTX headquarters right now of whether they should actually buy Robinhood now or wait until the market looks a little bit better, and do more work that way. Or maybe they just increase their stake in Robinhood, so they buy more now, and then when things get crazy later on, they can be like, okay, we're buying Robinhood out right here. Let's do it. It's ours, right? So different ways to view that one. And hey, Nico, today I traded on shipping and Jupiter over 200%. Gained $500 in 18 minutes. Dude, congrats! That's freaking awesome. 200% is no small thing. And hey, Michael. Michael, is scalping just staying in for a few minutes, getting out, a little gain and getting out? Yes. So it's a few seconds to a few minutes. Some people say it's up to an hour. I usually think of it as like maybe a half an hour, 15 minutes is kind of stretching it for scalping for me. When I scalp, I'm usually looking at smaller moves. And, it's like here. See this double bottom here? This is on a 1 minute chart. Because you're going to be using smaller time frames so that the results aren't going to be as long affecting, right? So, if I was to do a scalp right here, do that. As soon as we broke it right there, I would buy somewhere around here at the breakout level, right? But I would also have a stop loss right around here just in case anything bad happened, right? And then from there, I'd probably do something like a 10 to 20x position. For now, let's just stick with 10. And so that stop loss would be around 0.07. I don't know, like 0.7%, I guess. Not really much there, so I wouldn't be risking that much money. And then I'd be hoping for, what do I have over here? realistically, what would I actually have to do? There's other support levels over here, but I'm not going to take the time to do it right now. There we go. All right. So I'd be going from here to there. All right. And then from there, that'd be a gain of 0.2%, 0.25. So that'd be a result of like 2%, 2.5% scalp there if I'm going with 10x leverage. And that's all it would be. It'd be a very small gain with very low risk, and I'd be trading like that. And that would result in about a time frame of 7 minutes. That'd be a scalp. Now, normally when you're day trading stuff like this, you're not normally trading something that's that slow as far as, volatile, so it's not volatile at all. What you'd be hoping for instead is something more of a penny stock on a penny stock on the market. So what is this one right here? AGRX Therapeutics, of course. All right. So here's a 1 minute chart. Oh, wow, that was a fake out right there, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a fake out right there. Well, what would be a good setup then? All right, well, here. Cup, handle. You'd be buying somewhere over here as long as it didn't fall down 50%. Let's just say you buy right here. You'd be in the trade if you started here for about 20 minutes or so for that 6% or something like that. Something like that. Cup and handle. The cup also has a double bottom here, break above that. Cool little buying opportunity as well. So that's kind of more of when I'd be happy to scalp. Bitcoin scalping, it's not volatile enough normally, and that's why just to make that profit, I had to add leverage in there. And particularly, you don't want to be using too much leverage while scalping, because scalping with leverage is more tricky because you're still paying the fees. So you have to be able to make enough profit to pay yourself, first of all, for doing the work, and then pay for the fees on top of that. So a lot of times if you're scalping with leverage in Bitcoin or crypto in general, if it's not moving up in a very volatile way, you will see yourself actually losing money in fees, even if at the end of the day you're making a profit on, like you say, you sell in the green, you sell and make a profit there, but with the fees, you're actually taking a loss there on that trade. So normally, if you're going to be day trading, it's usually stuff like this, penny stocks. And then if I go over here to the 5 minute chart, you'll see it gapped up in the morning. Anything else here that would have been a worthwhile? A little bit of a double top. That bottom is kind of wonky. Yeah, I wouldn't have traded that too much. This one was a tricky one. This one burned probably a bunch of people today. Yeah, it broke down here and just skyrocketed back up. Yeah, this thing burned a lot of people today. But yeah, that's kind of the strategy you're going to have. It's not going to be on a Bitcoin like today where it's kind of just not doing anything. It's going to be on something that's like really going up quite a bit and probably with no leverage whatsoever. Maybe here is there a double top on the one maybe that you could have looked at. Yeah, there you go. Top, neckline break right here. Came back up to test like it always does. And then that would have been the opportunity there for you. Maybe even another double top here, breakdown again, right? So that could have been something. Although I will just tell you, you got to be careful while scalping when it comes to these types of penny stocks, because unlike the crypto markets, the stock markets have what are called holds, or where basically it's too volatile, so they literally just turn off trading on it. So the price will stick at a certain point, and then after the hold or the halt, it's called a halt, so I know a halt. After the halt is over, the price will start going up really fast or down really fast, but you have no idea which way it's going to go. It all depends on how excited everybody is as far as the demand and stuff like that. If you traded GameStop last year or the year before, I don't remember, you would have seen those halts occur on the GameStop price. They do it to try to slow down volatility, but at the same time, it really hurts a lot of people that are in the trade. So mixed results there, right? All right, boom, ba-doom. Now where's the Bitcoin at? Auto, there we go. Okay, man, Bitcoin's holding up okay right now, guys. We just gotta hope that the futures hold up pretty well. Oh, futures are green now at least. They're no longer red. That may be more optimism for tomorrow. And again, remember, even though we did break down today as far as the Nasdaq is concerned, if we go back out to the 4-hour chart, if we're lucky over, maybe by Thursday, Friday, we are lucky enough to curl back around and then break out like that, and then like, oh my gosh, bear market rally, woo, right? But man, this consolidation period is just not. Nobody wants to buy right now, or at least the amount that we want to, right? Nobody really wants to buy. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Michael. If you have any other questions, let me know, my man. What's right here? And hey, Jay, you would have to attempt to transfer to find the exact fees for each coin. They're not too much. For me, I don't even know how much I paid. But I don't remember being too much according to how much money I wanted to transfer out of there. I think it was kind of similar to Coinbase levels there. The one thing about Voyage, though, depending on how you guys want to use it, you guys have two options. You could transfer if they have the ability to transfer all of your coins. You can just transfer all of your coins individually, right? All of your XRP, all of your Bitcoin, all of your Ethereum, right? You can transfer them like that into another wallet. Or if you want to be safer but also more just annoying in every way, you guys can sell all of your assets for cash, withdraw the cash to your bank account, put that cash into another exchange, and then rebuy all of your assets. But that can be a little bit more of a hiccup, which I don't think many of you guys really want to do. Oh, jeez. Dog was sleeping, and he scared me by having a little bit of a nightmare. He's like, right now. What's it here? And hey, man, maybe we will be able to set stop losses on crypto then. Guys, the day we were allowed to have stop losses on crypto, it'll be revolutionary. And again, I'm not a computer guy. I don't understand how exchanges work by any stretch of the imagination as far as like the difficulties of why they can't do this. But I think if I was an exchange, this should be the top priority for my exchanges. I mean, probably survive this bear market, of course, but have stop losses. That'd be absolutely amazing for everybody involved. Let's see. I just got a $200 a month raise because of inflation. Dude, nice, Brady. It's nice, nice, nice. And it's nice to see when a company understands everything costs more. They help you out there. Right here. And hey, Hector, the dude, LOL, inflation relief and incoming more inflation. Yeah, that's the problem here. I mean, that really is the problem. And that's what it was so crazy over the last few weeks. A lot of what do you want to call it? A lot of the fixes that the politicians right now have, they do make inflation worse, which is kind of interesting. But they also have some type of like good goal. Like they always trying to achieve something good, but it always has a negative side effect that everybody doesn't want to feel, right? The G7 was just talking about capping Russia's oil price, and that would have caused inflation and the energy prices to go up even more, right? So, they're trying their best. It's just kind of a hard nut to crack, and you know how politicians, but that's not even politicians. You've probably ever gotten in a fight with your girlfriend or significant other or anybody, and they're like, why can't you do it, right? But and then you'd say I can't, or they say I can't, whatever. But you're like, you can just simply do it. It's right here, or like here. You guys say, Michael, drink this water. You're thirsty, and I'm like, I can't, and you guys are like, well, why not? And I was like, I just can't. But like the water's there and you're thirsty. I just can't. And so that's what's happening right now, right? So yeah. Because remember, as far as Ukraine is considered, guys, we haven't. We're still sending them billions of dollars, but I think it's still turning back into a stalemate, and Russia's kind of slowly making ground here. From the last time I heard, so Russia's slowly moving across, and if we just gave them a whole bunch of arms right now, kick them out, that might be better. But at the end of the day, who knows how all this is going to turn out? There's so many complexities that everybody's trying to find the safest route through all of it, and the safest route normally doesn't get the best results, right? Think of it in trading. You guys know I'm much more conservative about when I take my profit, right? So when I sold my Dogecoin, I sold it at 50 cents because I was doing extra cautious, extra cautious. But it ended up burning up to 75 cents, so I didn't get as much money as possible. That's kind of the same thought process they're having. They're trying to figure out, hey, do I want to sell my Dogecoin at a nickel, 10 cents, 15 cents? And to them right now, they're trying to sell it for like 0.005 instead of selling it anywhere near 50 cents, like that good of a result coming out of it. Excuse me. And hey, brothers, removing tax on fuel for transportation lowers transportation costs. Yeah, I understand that, but then again, giving money to individuals, they're just going to be buying more stuff, raising the demand for those same goods. And so, but I asked why do it for diesel only? Yeah, you're 100% correct about that. Yeah. But as far as the whole bill, it just seems very weird. I want to see the practical results, though. I could be completely wrong, guys. I could be wrong. Just like, my basic economics that I took in college, I don't know, up to like 400 levels. It was pretty advanced, but still very, very boring. I played Deer Hunters, you guys know, back in my college classes. But, I want to see how this plays out. I want to see if inflation gets worse there, if gas prices go up there, what happens relative to the rest of the country. So, if gas prices go up everywhere, but California kind of stays along with everybody, hey, who knows? Maybe it's not that bad, right? But if they can help out those companies, we'll have to see here. I really have no idea how that's going to be how it's going to help out the majority of Californians here. And plus, guys, pretty soon it's going to be fire season. I don't know if you guys... Do you guys on the East Coast have a fire season? I don't think I've ever actually asked that. Do you guys on the East Coast actually have fire seasons? Or do you guys just have like hot, humid weather or something like that? Or maybe up north it's a little bit nicer weather, right? But on the West Coast, we have a whole season dedicated to forest fires and the smoke that is created from those fires. I'd be very interested to see, that's going to cause a lot of chaos over here in the energy sector. If transportation can't get in, all types of craziness. Water, California is like going to dry up like a freaking desert pretty soon. But yeah, do you guys have fire seasons out on the East Coast? Maybe Texas and across, do you guys have fire seasons? Because over here on the West Coast, it's a normal thing. Let's see. And hey, Six, happy to see you back. And hey, Michael, do comments not show up if you use certain words? Okay, so yes, but it will just show up as hidden for me. So that means that I can see them, but you guys can't. But to you, it should show that it's just hidden or something like that, waiting for a review or something like that. YouTube is having an issue right now where people that comment, not all of their comments are being seen by the host. It's happening with my channel. A couple of people's I know that also stream. One of my friends has a rocker channel. He's noticed something similar. So there's a glitch going on with YouTube right now where people's comments aren't being showed up, and I don't know exactly what's going on. So if for whatever reason you see that their comment's not going through, I would try it like 4 or 5 times to see what's going on and see if that'll break the lock or something, to break the hold. But I don't exactly know what the problem is, but I have been hearing more and more people talk about it. I reached out to YouTube about this actually like a couple weeks ago because Rye Bread is having the same issue. And hey, Jay, I have not made a video about wallets versus exchanges just yet. I should probably buy a wallet just to kind of show you guys how to put stuff on there. I was planning on doing that last week, but my mom made me buy some stuff for my sister, so I was like, I was busy with that. But the safest place to put your crypto in a practical sense is probably just go get a Ledger Nano wallet. Maybe the Ledger Nano S is the new one, I think it is. Ledger Nano is a pretty good brand. That just keep your keys safe above all else, then keep the device safe after that, right? But Bitcoin's taking a little bit of a move down here right now. But it's safety. Technically, if you have crypto on an exchange, right? This is on BitGet, KuCoin, Binance, FTX, whatever it may be. That crypto does not belong to you. It does not. You do not own it. You do not own it, right? You only own it once you put it onto the wallet. Then it is your physical property. It is your property. Until then, it belongs to the exchange, and you're just making money based on if it goes up or down. You don't actually own the coin, right? So I have no STMX in a wallet right now, so technically I own 0 STMX, but I do have an open position. So I am trading it. However, that STMX is not mine. Technically, it still belongs to the exchange. Hopefully that kind of helps you out there. That's the big difference. It's a real big safety. It's a really big safety effect there for you. Let's see. Oh, and Biden makes a point. Yeah, with I have a lot of letters that will get banned, but they're they're the worst letters you can use, stuff like that. You know, but normally actually no, even if you use a really like a hole, B hole, I don't know, whatever it is, the B word, C word, whatever it may be, even if you use those, I will still see them. They'll just be hidden. The problem I'm talking about is with YouTube, I can't even see them in the first place, so I won't even know what's going on. And it even happens with text that you say where you're not even saying anything bad. You can just like, hey, Michael, what do you think about FTM this week? That still might not show up. So, you're not going to be saying anything bad there, but that's the problem I've been facing with YouTube lately. Let's see. We just get the smoke from where where it comes from. No fires to say. Oh, that's good though. Midwest has no fire season. I'm in Toronto, Canada. Ooh, okay, there you go. Hey, Everkiller. The smoke. I think a lot of the smoke that comes down to Washington a lot is actually from Vancouver. And that's actually from Vancouver. Probably west of you, of course. Hurricane season. I'd rather have fire season than hurricane season. I showed you guys those fire pictures of Seattle, how just bad it gets. It gets so bad that basically, if you open up your window, your smoke alarms will go off. That's how bad the smoke is. And technically, you most likely shouldn't be driving your cars because all the smoke going into your engine really hurts it bad. And so you're normally just supposed to not do much. I think the last time that happened, I took Ubers everywhere because my car is older. Well, it's from 2013, 2012, so it's not terribly old, but old enough where I know it's looking for a reason to go kaput. And I'm looking for a reason to buy a new car, but I wasn't before I decided to move to Nicaragua. But you guys get what I'm saying. It's pretty bad out here. And hey, Cam, happy to see you back. And weird, your live streams are not notifying subscribers even with alerts on. I don't know. YouTube does not like me, guys. It does not like me. Probably what I'll do now, there's going to be a few different things I can do to help you guys out with that effect. I'm thinking of doing it more in July here. So again, just a few more days. So this is what I'm going to do for you guys from now on. This is going to take maybe an extra 5 minutes of my day, so it's not going to be bad. Before I go on my stream, 5 minutes before I go live, I'm going to put a post up on my YouTube channel saying, hey, everybody, going live soon. Hope to see you there. Something cheesy like that. And then it'll have the link so you guys can just click on it and go to it. The other thing I'll do is I will tweet about it. And I'll put the link up there as well with the hashtag Bitcoin, hashtag live stream, whatever it may be. And that'll be another signal for you guys as well. And then I won't post on Instagram or Facebook because I don't use Facebook all too much. And I barely use Instagram besides posting about Loki. And that's what I'll probably do there. But I have no idea, even with all the notifications, why most people don't get the alerts and stuff like that. I don't know what's going to fix that. I really, really don't. There's nothing that I've been able to get YouTube to do on this front. But maybe in the future they'll fix it. But just remember, every day, 6 p.m. Pacific time, that's the time when I'm going to be live. 6 p.m. Pacific time, or 1 hour and 25 minutes before now is when I go live every single day. See ya. And hey, Matt. Oh, yeah, we just saw that futures went up a little bit, too. I think maybe 5 minutes ago. There you go. Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq were all down a little bit over the last hour. Now they're starting to creep back up. Again, we still have an opportunity to break out, which is why I asked the question today. We still have an opportunity to break above the 20-day MA, but it's going to be hard at this point because just how bearish everything is. I mean, we've tried to break out 2 days in a row for the Nasdaq, 2 days in a row for a lot of these stocks like the Nvidia, everything like that. And we've gotten like this close, and both times smack. So it's going to be hard to justify buying until we start to see a very strong move coming up, unless you guys want to do some more of these smaller day trades. But then you got to be very, very careful, and you want to be hopping on a train, so to speak. You don't want to just be trading something that's Shiba's up 1.7%. you don't want to be buying that until it starts rocketing up a little bit more, because you know it's not going to really be doing much until Bitcoin does something, of course, which Bitcoin is just doing a whole bunch of nothing here over the last few hours. And hey, Slick, happy to see you back, man. Any thoughts on the bottom for Elon months out, I mean? No, for Dogelon, the best thing you can do is time it with Bitcoin's price drops. I would only be buying more Dogelon Mars if, going back to that thesis of what we talked about as far as the Phoenix and stuff like that, once Bitcoin consolidates for like a month, I don't care about getting the Doge Elon bottom. I really don't. If I go over here and look at Dogelon Mars, I see it has a market cap of 330 million, or excuse me, at 182 million. It is such a small market cap that whenever I buy on this crazy ride, I'm going to be very, very happy next altcoin cycle. I'm not going to try to find the bottom here. I've just been buying a little bit of this every few days. Every week, I guess I would say now. But, whenever I see Bitcoin take a crash, I'm more enthusiastic about buying some of this. I probably have close to, I don't know, $1,000 of this right now. I've been adding a little bit more than I thought I would, just because I want to have this like be a potential meme coin for me in the future. If it works out, it works out. If not, it's $1,000 gone. I'll probably end up investing somewhere around $1,500 in it by the end of the day. But I'm hoping that Dogelon Mars can somehow end up on a Robinhood or something like that, something like that. And then from there have a little bit of a rocket ship movement next altcoin season. But where is this at? Do I gotta go down even more? Oh, there we go. Right? It's on quite a few markets right now, but I would like to see it on a few more. Right? I'd like to see it on BitGet. I'd like to see it on other markets in Asia. Bitcoin's coming down here a little bit as well, guys. But yeah, I would try to time it with more with Bitcoin's bottom, or whether you want to do 14,000, 10,000, 8,000, whatever that bottom may be. That's more of when I might be buying more Doge on Mars. Right now, I'm not really buying too much more here. I have a good size position, and I don't want to overburden my portfolio by adding too much to that one little pot. Well, let's see. And hey, Ghost, yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that later on as far as all the updates for you guys. Let's see. And hey, Cam, thank you, Mike. And pain in the butt, but that's YouTube. Can you check out USTC? Probably Binance would be best for this. So it's pretty new to Binance as well. It's been popping up pretty well from 7 cents, 0.006 up to 5. So for me right now, if you missed the ride, you missed the ride here. I'd be waiting for a pretty significant bump before I wanted to buy into this. It looks like it would be a lot of fun. If you guys want to trade it, I mean, by all means, go for it. But just be careful about how much money you put in here, and try to buy on a breakout if you can. Usually just make your life a little bit easier. Breakout right there, and you can see if you would have bought the breakout this time, you'd be up like 20% right now, something like that. So that'd be nice. But as far as this market cap is concerned, let me see what the market cap is before I start talking anymore, because that'll give me an idea of how much further it can go. Oh, okay, that's fine. No. Oh, there you go. Why does it show up a little bit different there? What's the market cap back up to now? 520 million. So it can definitely go up. It can definitely go up even higher. But just be very, very careful with this. This will eventually crash back down, and it'll be a great opportunity to watch it and short it down as it burns and flames. But for now, I mean, look at the 4-hour chart. It's completely had a massive pump, had a little bit of a downtrend here. I mean, it looks fine to me right now. It looks fine. If you guys wanted to hop on board and have fun with it, you guys just have to protect yourself and not invest too much money. I'd be treating this as something for fun. If you guys invested more money down here, you should be happy. Even over here, you should be happy. But right now, be careful. Wait for another setup here before you really start going heavy. If you guys want to get more aggressive with this, I don't even know what these. I mean, here, let me see. I don't think many of the normal technicals are going to work for a coin that's going this berserk. Might see a little resistance up there as far as 0.057. Will this make a difference here? Let me go over here to the 5-minute. Did it make a difference? Did it make a difference? Didn't really make a difference. Damn, a little bit more. Not really. Not really. Here, let me go back to the other one. A little bit. Okay. Little bit right there. Okay. Yeah, maybe around 0.057 or something might come back down a little bit more. But I'd be careful of this if you guys have a history of not making profitable trades in a bull market like this, or in a very bullish coin like this. Looks like fun though. Here, actually, for now, let me go back over here. You see Luna C popping up too. Let me see USTC. There you go. We can keep it on the left-hand side of the screen for now. Bitcoin's not doing anything right now, guys. It's just going sideways and being very, very boring. At least you guys can watch something that has a little bit of action here. Let's see. And hey, Dollar Doge, fireworks already going off. My neighbors are party animals. I have neighbors that spend about $3,000 every year on fireworks, and I know people that spend way more than that. But $3,000 is a crazy amount to be spending on fireworks. Although it is a very, very fun time. This is Loki's first 4th of July. His birthday is July 16th, so he's never had one. But he gets spooked by fireworks, like he goes like, oh, like that. But he doesn't go run and hide and stuff like that, which is nice. And I have these I have 2 things of treats for him, but I got these hemp calming chews, stress and anxiety, duck flavor, Loki's favorite color, Loki's favorite food. I have those in case he ever gets too scared of them. Because a lot of times when we go in the backyard, I'll take the flashlight out. We'll be waiting for him to go poo and pee. But if there's a big boom or something like that, he does not like it. He'll come back to me a little bit, and then he'll just be like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, yeah, "Everything's fine." And he's like, "Okay, let's keep on doing our fun stuff out here, right?" The only thing the only thing that might spook him a little bit is coyotes, but he usually like tries to charge coyotes through the freaking fence. So they surprise him, and he's like, "Game on." But luckily we have a fence. I don't know why I'm going after coyotes. And what's right here? And hey, Mike Bain, thank you for being so interactive with your chat. Oh, no worries, guys. What at the end of the day, guys, what I envision for this channel here is, like, I want to be able to have these nice streams with you guys over and over again, as much as I can. I like it quite a bit. I don't really care about the views too much right now. As the market picks up, I'll be more inclined to talk to members because it'll get really, really crazy. And if you guys don't know what I mean, there are times like when the market picks up where the chat is so much that I literally can't keep up with it, and there's so much spam. That's the number one thing. So I tend to make it members only modes with those really volatile moments in the market. But usually when it's like calm like this, I'm happy to talk to anybody out there as long as I'm keeping a good pace with the stream here. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to do stuff like this even when my channel hits hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And to that effect, what I'm going to be doing here soon is like you guys know, you see that little Bitget link, or not link, but a little logo like that way on the other side of the screen. I'm going to be probably adding something like that to the 24-hour stream pretty soon. And what I'm going to do with that is, well, how would I do that? So those two, if I get a brand deal on that stream, I'm probably going to move those 2 streams back over here. And if I get a deal for that one, like literally all the money I get from that stream, I don't know how much it's going to be, but I have a friend working on it for me. All of that money will be used to put down a whole bunch of other streams, right? So that means on this channel, you may see 4 or 5 continual streams. And on the second channel that the Bitcoin and Dogecoin stream is on right now, and the Luna stream is on right now, after that, you're going to see like a whole another 7 streams over there. So that'd be 7 streams over there, 5 streams over here, not including my one stream that I'm talking to you guys now on. So that'd be a whopping 12 streams, 7 plus 5, I think. Yeah, 12 streams. Hope I'm right about that. Yeah, but 12 streams running 24/7. One's Bitcoin Doge, that's the main one. But we'll have a Bitcoin one, an Ethereum one, ADA, XRP, Luna. Well, we don't have the Luna stream. But whatever else I can find here. Link, Gala, Mana, Sand. I'm going to have a stream for all of those. And if I can get a brand deal for those ones as well, I'm literally going to try to have, by the end of this year, I want to have 24 streams running at the same time. 24 or 22, something like that. But I want to have like 20 streams basically. And with that money that I make from there, I'm hoping that'll be enough for me to not really have to care about trying to keep on building up my channel. I'll be paying editors to edit my content for me so I don't have to spend time on editing. All I really want to be doing is just streaming. That's like literally where I find the most pleasure out of YouTube. It's just streaming, which is why I like talking to you guys so much about it. But that's the goal here. So if you guys ever want to support, if you guys haven't done it already, go to the 24, like if you guys go back to that Dogecoin, if you guys just type in Dogecoin live, go to that channel and subscribe to it, because the faster I get that channel up to 1,000, the faster I can monetize it, then move those streams back over here, create a brand deal, and then from there, you guys will see maybe a little bit more organized chart, like where the tickers are on the bottom or something like that, to have like the individual corners on the other stream. But then you're going to see some type of little thing where I move the chart down like this much, probably like that much. And then from there, you're going to see some type of sliding banner saying, hey, check out FTX, check out BitGate, check out whoever freaking sponsors the channel, basically, in a rotating 20-second cycle. My friend has all this planned out for me. He's really smart about this stuff because I'm not that type of advertising guy. But yeah, so that's going to be great. And that way, if you guys ever have a question, like from I think they're all going to be 4-hour charts, I think. Either 4-hour, 15. I think they might be 4-hour and 15-minute charts side by side, except for the Bitcoin chart, which will just be a daily chart. But I think that'll probably work out for a lot of them. And then you guys will have some basic technicals. Not, you don't want to be trading specifically off of my information, but you want to see those general ideas of what I'm using for my charts. Like, hey, there's that Fibonacci level that Michael talked about. Hey, there's that trend line that Michael talked about. Hey, there's that death cross that Michael talked about. Yada, 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 right? So I think that's going to be really, really good for the channel going forward. I just have to get a brand deal, and I don't know how to do that too well here in the crypto space when it comes to these little banner things. I only did BitGate because I've been helping them out for a while here. But I have a friend that's going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff for me, and we're going to see how it works out. But just imagine, guys, 20 freaking streams. I'm going to corner the market. Because right now there's a guy that has a bunch of streams. He has like 7 or something like that. But he doesn't really give you any technical analysis. So just kind of boring stuff. So there's like maybe 1 or 2 people watching. And I think they're probably bots. So, I got competition. I need to take it more seriously now. Let's see. I work for a converting box plant here in Wisconsin. We all received a 6.25% raise in inflation. That is freaking awesome. See, and hey, Bideford, yeah, I'm happy that Loki doesn't get too scared. Loki's a big snuggler. He will run up and just snuggle you, and he'll do the little like weird little hot dog arch where he's just kind of leaning into you and waiting for belly rubs. I'm happy he's not too scared of fireworks. I think it's because I live close enough to the military base, though, where you can hear mortars going off and tank shells going off. So you're like, boom, boom, boom. And you got the estate behind me, which is a massive estate. They have a lot of gunfire going on over there every now and again. I think the guy just invites friends over and like, pull, so some fun times over there. Oh, and hey, Edition Biscuits, on top of your normal race, too? Damn, see, I'm happy to see a lot of companies are helping people out. I know it's not everybody, but if you're getting it, congratulations. That's nice. And for the Bentley in Nicaragua, oh my God, I don't even know if I could ever, I don't even know how the roads would be with a Bentley in Nicaragua. I feel like it would get robbed or something. All I want is some type of like 2015, 2020 SUV, and that's all I care about once I get to Nicaragua. And I don't even care. Oh, it's going to be used. I don't even care. I don't like it. Let's see. Oh, and hey, Zachary, sorry, I didn't even see that. Don't worry about it, babyfish. Sorry about that, Zachary. Holding off on buying Bitcoin until the coins I'm looking at drop down some more. Bought it decent enough during the big drop. Awesome. And a few weeks ago, so if it ever goes down, I'll still be well positive. That's the plan there. That's the plan. You're planning out pretty well. Just stick to your plan and then have a backup in case Bitcoin finds a bottom earlier than you think. But other than that, we're most likely going down more here, of course. So you're good there. Uh-oh. Oh, thanks for hiding them, guys. I appreciate it. You guys worked fast. Ooh, see me. Let's see. And hey, Slake, Chainlink is fine. I'm not buying any more. I have like a few $100s worth of it. I'm holding it for the next altcoin move. I am happy it's on Robinhood, but I don't see any fundamental difference in it right now. Down the road, it should do better than before because it is on Robinhood. I'm still hoping for another coin that has a lower market cap on Robinhood to really get me excited about buying it, right? I'm waiting for some X Factor coin that has a low market cap and a low price, under a penny, to get popped up there. That's what's going to go berserk. That's what's going to go crazy. But I just don't know what that coin is yet. I'm buying up a lot of these coins in anticipation for maybe that might be it. But I would assume that I'll be able to buy it. And I told you guys before, if they do have a coin like that on Robinhood, I'll pop in a couple $100 just to show you guys what the profit will turn into down the road, and we'll just kind of keep track of it. You know, I'll even do like a shorts video. Coin blank day week 1, coin blank week 2, down or up, whatever it may be, and then so you guys can kind of watch it bit by bit, which would be kind of fun for everybody, of course. And hey, Tony, don't forget the gaming channel. What do you call? I should do a gaming channel. I just don't have the time for it. I played Battlefield today for like an hour, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot what it felt like to play video games. Like I missed it. But yeah, I should probably do a gaming channel, something like that later on. It'd be kind of fun. I need to have a good setup for it though. My room is. I mean, I guess you could do it, but it's not meant for a setup. I need to get a PlayStation 5. I gave up on it after they were having so many shortages. I just gave up on it. I'm gonna try next year, or that later on this year. And hey, Mo for Humanity, happy to see you back. What do you think about optimism? Is that a coin? It is a coin. Okay, so under $1, that's a nice price. Market cap of 116 million. I have no idea what this coin is, so let me check it out very fast. A low cost and lightning fast Ethereum L2 blockchain. Let's see. Looks like a lot of people are using their blockchain. That's kind of cool. Coin passport. Oh, that's kind of cool. Um, as a few lines of code are as possible, separate optimism from Ethereum's battle-tested infrastructure. Build your app on the L2 that doesn't quit. Looks like it has a utility here. Now, that being said, where am I at? There you go. Number 2,773, market cap of 116 million here. Wait, is this 116 million or 116,000? Is it really going to be 2,773 though if it's on a 116 million market cap? Hold on here. Oh, it doesn't have it. Right now it says it's at 60. Oh, this says $69 million market cap. Okay, no, it says 0. Never mind. I'm looking at volume. Okay, I don't know what the market cap is. Maybe this is being honest here. I just placed that little bit of a sign, not verified. But if it was just $116 million market cap, or even cheaper, I would say it's something that has enough utility to go up down the road. So I'd be okay with buying this long term. Again, maybe just $100 or so. But I would have to do more research. But yeah, it looks fine to me. I haven't really heard about this coin before though, so I'll have to look at it a little bit more. But yeah, looks nice. Star Alice is a good one. Gaming crypto. Yeah, guys, I want as much exposure to the metaverse as I can. I think it'll have another big boom here later on, whenever that ends up coming along. But I am pretty excited about what metaverse coins will do down the road. I'm buying the higher market caps like Mana Sand, but I'm also buying the micro caps like a UFO coin, Starlink. You know, this really, really tiny ones that you're not even sure if they're going to survive this market, right? Let's see. And hey, Edwin, Doge on Mars. I'm long, heavy on that one. I think Elon will get more popular, more crazy as he buys Twitter. The deal is finalized here, and that'll promote Doge on Mars to crazy heights during the next altcoin season. And I'm hoping that it'll also be put on Robinhood eventually, if we're so lucky that may happen. But yeah, I like it a lot. And hey, dollars, you have a couple of gaming ones. No, the guys, they're freaking awesome. I love gaming coins. Again, I'm not investing so much into some of the ones that have lower market caps, like Starlink. I have like $50, not just like $100 now, but they are very, very low. Whereas I have thousands of dollars in Ethereum, tens of thousands in Ethereum, thousands of dollars in Matic, lots of money in Link is a few $100. Crow is a little bit better, more. Dot's okay. Things like that. I still am putting a few $100 into all those metaverse coins. They should be okay down the road. I will add more to them once I think that Bitcoin has found a bottom, and then from there we just do that boring sideways action for a couple months and then start rocketing up. I'll be happy to buy up those coins a lot more during that period of time rather than trying to time the bottom now, because those coins can go down like another 50%, another 60% from here, right? If Bitcoin goes down to loses 50% of its value to $10,000, I would have to assume that altcoins are going to be going down another 60 to 80%, maybe even 90%. So you got to keep that in mind here as you buy a little bit every day. That's why you're buying only so much here. Let's see. Hey Marcus, Dogecoin? Yeah, Dogecoin's not doing anything in particular right now. It's following Bitcoin here, as you guys just saw a few minutes ago. On the 4-hour chart, let me go over here. Let me get rid of this old resistance level. We had a breakout. We did fine. We're coming back down right now to test out support after bouncing off of that support level right there as well. Go to the 15-minute chart. Oh, we actually broke down below it too, yeah. It's looking pretty weak. What I'd be looking at for Dogecoin right now is probably just a little bit of a... there you go. Something like that. I guess you could call this a falling wedge, and we want to break out above it eventually, and that breakout will be something you want to buy. Until then, I'd be very, very careful. That breakout could happen sometime tomorrow, right? Sometime tomorrow night, the day after. But for now, it seems like it's still kind of grinding down here. But I wouldn't really trade any breakout until we actually break out above this white line here. Going over to the 4-hour chart as well, and I can see a little bit better. It looks more like a channel now. If we can somehow hold the support, and that would be really nice to see. I think if we do close down below this level, though, we're probably going to tank a little bit more and maybe go back down to the low 6s, then maybe have another opportunity to break out sometime over the next 2 to 3 days here. But I think Dogecoin's, it's fine as Bitcoin can be, but I would only get excited about this if we have another breakout. And I would like to see the Nasdaq have a breakout as well there too. Yep. Okay, one last thing here. I have not heard of Socon. I'm not. I apologize. Let's see. And hey, Tony, Vulcan Forge, low cap. What do you call? That one's fine. I have some of it. They have a great social media community, and that's one of the reasons I like it. I only have I think $200 invested in it though, but I think it'll be good for a long-term hold. I haven't thought about that one in a while. I bought that a while ago. I'm down on that one quite a bit. I should probably add more to that though, because I haven't talked about it for a while. But yeah, it's good for a long term in my opinion. But again, it's one of those coins where I want to buy a little bit after the Bitcoin finds its bottom, not now, because I think it will go down a lot more over time. Let's see. And then one last thing here, guys. Some good dividend stocks. I don't have time to do that right now because I'm about to go upstairs and get my rice out of the rice cooker here. If you wanted to find some good stocks that have good dividends, I would go over here to Finviz Screener. I'll make a video about this tomorrow for you guys. You want to go to all. You want to do this twice. You want to do this one for healthcare, then the other one for financials, and maybe energy if you want to do energy. But I would say number 1 and number 2 are going to be financial and healthcare. Okay, healthcare is probably number 1. From here, you want to do dividend ratio that's probably above 4%. From there, you want to make sure the market cap is above 2 billion, so plus mid. Then from there, you have 7. Guild is one that I have. I haven't bought in this drug manufacturer yet because it's Spain. Normally I stick to U.S. stocks, as you guys know. But this one may be interesting. But here, let me just show you this very fast. And you see GSK, it's not crashing as much. It's come down, but it's not necessarily crashing. PHG, I haven't bought it. It's Netherlands, and I'm not buying that one. VTRS, I bought this one a little bit here to see if it can still stabilize on this low point. Oh, you guys can't see this low point right here. And WBA, Walgreens Boots Alliance, haven't even touched it. But here, I think the number 1 I have right now is probably Gilead for you guys. Gilead, I don't know how to pronounce that. But the dividend is about 4.69%. Something about 6.9 appeased me. But yeah, it's been working out okay. You haven't seen any really bad days. You've seen a little bit of selling, but not too much. So I like that everybody's kind of still hoping for the best for this one. And then the other one over here, GRFS. I haven't seen this one before because normally I screen out foreign stocks. But this one is a dividend of 5.35%, so maybe I'll actually buy this one a little bit more as well. Excuse me. These are 2-year holds. 2-year holds for me coming out of this recession that we're most likely already in, coming out of it, I expect great things, and I just want to be rewarded for holding those stocks while I wait for the profits to come along from the actual stock price increase. Okay. Right here. See, and hey Cam, yeah, thanks everybody. I will see you guys again tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Until then, have a fantastic night. I made rice, salmon, and duck tonight, and it's all being steamed upstairs, except for the duck. The duck's already cooked. But yeah, it's gonna be freaking good. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night, and guys, tomorrow I'll make a video talking about dividend plays. If you guys want to watch it, it'd be awesome. If not, don't worry about it. But yeah, guys, have a good day. Right now, Bitcoin's still fine. We're not really crashing up so much right now. We're not crashing at this moment in time. Keep it on the Nasdaq. If it can break out, awesome. If it can't, rough times, 18,000, possibly down to 17,000. You know, another big breakdown. Just be prepared for it. Don't trade too willy-nilly right now. It's probably not best for you unless you are pretty confident in your trading abilities. Okay. Have a great night, everybody. And next time tomorrow, I'll be sitting down so Loki can say hi to all of you guys. Right now, he's